A very special welcome to Dr. Veronica Simon, our Acting Deputy Director of the Open Campus Country Sites, although most of you are probably more familiar with her in her role as our former head of the St. Lucia site. We are very excited to have her here with us this evening. In addition, a warm welcome to all of the officials joining us from the St. Lucia site. Welcome to the representatives of the regional and the regional and the local Students Guild participating this evening. This warm welcome to Mr. Damien Magawan, who is the student representative this evening, who later on is going to be speaking on behalf of the honorees, and we look forward to that. And of course, I extend an extra special welcome to our guest of honor, our Open Campus St. Lucia site honor roll students. This evening's inaugural event is a celebration, a gathering of well-wishers to commemorate the remarkable achievements of 55 students attached to our St. Lucia site. 55 students who have earned their place on the campus honor roll for their outstanding academic performance, as evidenced by achieving a minimum semester grade point average of 3.6 or higher. As if this was not reason enough to celebrate, might I also point out that the St. Lucia site boasts the highest number of honor roll students in the entire open campus for the period under consideration. And I think we should really open our mics and give you a hearty round of applause as well. Okay. The inclusion of names on the campus honor roll is one of the ways in which the UWI Open Campus recognizes and rewards excellence. At the end of each semester, the names of all honorees are published on our website, allowing your success to be publicly acclaimed, and deservedly so. Each of you will also achieve a personalized congratulatory letter from the Director, Academic Program and Delivery, or from the APAD office, befitting your remarkable achievement. All 55 of you have earned your place on this roll of honor. By tirelessly pursuing excellence, each one of you that we honor here today has demonstrated fortitude in the face of challenges and an optimistic faith in your power to succeed, no matter the odds. Your success in Let's do it again. Yes, I'm sorry, apparently somewhere halfway through my mic was no longer on. And so what I will do is just very briefly recap, if that's okay with you. As I was saying, essentially, this evening is a celebration for the 55 students who have earned their place on the campus honor roll for their outstanding academic performance, as evidenced by achieving a minimum semester grade point average of 3.6 or higher. As if this was not reason enough to celebrate, I point out that the St. Lucia site boasts the highest number of honor roll students in the entire open campus for the period under consideration. The inclusion of names on the campus honor roll is one of the ways in which the campus recognizes and rewards excellence. At the end of each semester, the names of all honorees are published on our website, allowing your success to be publicly acclaimed, and deservedly so. Each of you will also receive a personalized congratulatory letter from the Director of Academic Programming and Delivery, or our APAD office, befitting your remarkable achievement. All 55 of you have earned your place on this roll of honor. By tirelessly pursuing excellence, each one of you that we honor here today has demonstrated fortitude in the face of challenges and an optimistic faith in your power to succeed, no matter the odds. Your success in many different disciplines represents a commitment to excellence, as well as your perseverance and commitment to tackling challenges, whether large or small. And so, we gather here tonight to acknowledge and to applaud your remarkable achievement. And so once again, I welcome all of you joining us. I look forward to the rest of the evening as we celebrate your success. I thank you.
Thank you very much for that very warm welcome, Mrs. Mitchell. I'm sure our students who are in attendance right now really felt your warmth from a distance, because obviously, you know, through social distancing these days, we can't really embrace each other like we used to. So thank you once again for providing that warm welcome to our very deserving students. We now move on to remarks from Dr. Veronica Simon, and some of you, as Mrs. Mitchell mentioned, would recognize her as our previous head at UWI Open Campus St. Lucia, but for now she is serving in the capacity of acting deputy director. So here to the mic is Dr. Simon.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Are you seeing me, Secretary? I have turned on my camera, but...
Yes, I can see you. I can see your plants. I can see your books, your shelf. I can see everything.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I bring greetings on behalf of our Pro Vice Chancellor and Principal, Dr. Liz Longsworth, and our Acting Director, Dr. Cheryl Slowly, both of whom would have loved to be here this evening, but you know there are a million engagements on a daily basis. But it is such a pleasure to be attending this honor roll ceremony. And I wish to commend the Guild of Students St. Lucia chapter and the Open Campus St. Lucia site for collaborating on this event. I would like to acknowledge specifically the acting head, Mrs. Leslie Crane Mitchell, the program officer, Mrs. Yolampia Polio Springer, the acting marketing officer, Ms. Sigasani Joseph, and the Guild chapter chair, Ms. Chloe Estava, for their collaborative efforts in organizing this first ever honor roll ceremony at the St. Lucia site. I also wish to acknowledge the presence of immediate past president of the Regional Guild, Ms. Nakisha Janki, and current president, Mr. Leon Dawson. But most of all, I want to throw the spotlight on the 55 very special members of our virtual audience this evening, our honor roll dignitaries. This event celebrates the hard work and dedication that you have all put in to secure your place on the principal's honor roll. This is normally no easy achievement, as most of you juggle work, study, and personal life on what is literally a minute-by-minute basis. And for so many of you to do so well while doing this juggling and maintaining such a high GPA is truly commendable. Even more amazing is the way in which you managed to hold your heads high above water despite the onslaught of the COVID-19 pandemic. This phenomena ushered in totally unexpected but immediate and fundamental changes to all our lives. Suddenly, you found yourself trying to complete the academic year with reformatted examinations, children to be supervised during virtual learning at home, loss of employment, unease over the future of your jobs, and anxiety over health issues. Indeed, to have weathered this storm while holding fast to your resolve and determination to remain head and shoulders above the rest of your cohort required remarkable strength of purpose. But this is the metal of which a UE student is made. Forged in the fire of unusual challenge and adversity, the strongest steel must be supple enough to bend and sway, but resilient enough to remain steadfast. Amidst all the challenges which have caused much older institutions to buckle, the UE Open Campus has proudly held up the three pillars of our university's current strategic plan: access, alignment, and agility. Throughout the lockdowns, border closures, hospitalizations, financial challenges, and sometimes just plain panic, we stood steadfast. We maintained access to your programs and student support structures. We ensured alignment with your new needs by accommodating flexible deadlines and providing additional avenues for mental and emotional support. And we demonstrated agility in adapting course evaluation measures to suit the new circumstances. Despite our own internal challenges, you were always our absolute priority. And you have reciprocated by maintaining such outstanding GPAs. There's a quotation by motivational speaker Ralph Marston that I always bear in mind whenever I feel particularly challenged, and I'm going to share it with you. It's very simple. He says, excellence is not a skill, it is an attitude. This is a quotation that keeps me focused on the fact that regardless of the difficulty of the task before me, it is the attitude that I bring to my task that results in the quality of its completion. And you have all definitely brought that attitude to your work. And here we are now celebrating your excellence. So congratulations to all of you on having performed with honor and distinction during the academic year 2019. I am sure that you will accept the challenges to come with as much courage and grit as you have exemplified thus far. And I look forward to the great things that I know are yet to come. I will be keeping a very close eye on your progress through your various programs of study, because the St. Lucia site remains very dear to my heart. So my very best wishes to all of you, and do enjoy the rest of this evening's ceremony. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Dr. Simon. You have said a number of things that I'm certain our attendees this evening could take away to their friends, their families, as well as their workplace. Also, I noticed that you renamed them, and I think it's suitable for me to take that name as well. You call them Honor Roll Dignitaries, and that is quite suiting for their performance and for everything that they've done thus far. Also, you mentioned an interesting quotation, short, sweet, simple, by Ralph Marston. And I highly suspect that our students already knew that quote, but they had no idea who it came from, because evidently excellence was and is exactly what they've done. We now move on to our next speaker, who is none other than Mrs. Yulampia Polius Springer, and I am certain, again, that our attendees this evening know exactly who she is. You cannot be a student at UE Open Campus St. Lucia and not know Miss Polius. You may never have seen her, but you would know her name. everyone knows Mrs. Springer. So Mrs. Springer, our programs officer, please take the mic and offer warm congratulatory remarks to our attendees this evening.
Good evening, everyone. A special good evening to Dr. Simon, to Mrs. Michelle, and to, I noticed that Mrs. Francis is also online. And thank you very much, Sigithani, for being the main organizer of this ceremony. All I have left to do after such a speech, I don't know why Sigithani put me after Dr. Simon to speak. There's not much more that I can say, but I would really like to congratulate all our honorees, as we said, dignitaries, for being the first set of persons on the honorary list for Open Campus. I especially want to single out our very few gentlemen. I think we only have about 4 or 5, if we have that many on the list. So we really have to single them out because they have made the effort, and I want them to continue in that vein to at least be an example for other young men and to try to bring in more young men into our programs. As time goes by, we are introducing more programs that will suit the kind of interest of the young men, so we hope to get some more young men. So I really want to congratulate the young men that we have on the honorary list. I just want to again say it is really an honor, and I'm really proud that St. Lucia again has the highest number of persons on that list. We have always been doing well, and we are expected to continue doing well. Even under all the circumstances and challenges, you have done very well, and I really, really feel proud to be part of that group of persons who have encouraged you and to continue to encourage you to do well. Again, I just want to say congratulations, continue the good work, and I hope that again you will be on the honor list again for next semester. All the best to you, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Springer. Even though you were a bit skeptical about having anything to offer after Dr. Simon's speech, look, you found the right words to say to our honorary students. Next on board, we have the immediate past president of the Regional Student Guild. She is none other than Nikisha Janki, who is a daughter of the soil. That is, she's from the lovely island of St. Lucia that we all share right now. She is enrolled, or she has been enrolled at UE from January of 2015, and she enjoys it because it has offered her the opportunity to work while she attains her degree. Ms. Janki has served the Guild in various capacities, namely chapter chair, treasurer, she's been on the disciplinary committee, etc. So right now, to give you a few words of inspiration is none other than Nikisha Janki, the immediate past president of the Regional Student Guild.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Kindly allow me to defer to the protocols already established. This evening, I am honored to present congratulatory message at this historic event. I consider you pioneers of this honor roll program. You are the first list of students to be acknowledged for maintaining a grade point average of 3.6 and above. So not only am I elated to see a project that myself and my executive team drafted come to fruition, but I'm also a proud St. Lucian seeing that we dominated the honor roll list. As mentioned, St. Lucia had the largest amount of students who were recognized for semester 2 on the honor roll program. You would have shed sweat and tears, burnt the midnight oil while juggling family, work, and extracurricular activities during the semester to maintain that high grade point average. You're now seeing the fruits of your labor, and these fruits are sweet. During my tenure as Guild President, I saw the need to acknowledge our students who would have done exceptionally well. So I drafted an honor roll policy and presented this to the registrar and the head of program delivery, and also at university meetings. As a student, I understand what is required to maintain a high GPA, and I applaud you for your hard work and dedication towards attaining this. This is actually a small push to keeping you motivated. So don't just get settled. Continue to push and break these pre-established glass ceilings that you've set for yourselves. Someone once told me that to predict your future, you must create it. So continue to go the extra mile. Burn the midnight oil as you are creating a journey for endless opportunities. Before I close, I'd like for you to support my successor, Mr. Leon Dawson, and your chapter chair, Ms. Estava, in maintaining a holistic experience at the University of the West Indies Open Campus. They are here to serve you, to ensure that programs are implemented and advocate on your behalf. We are all stakeholders to ensure not only a high quality degree, but a holistic experience. And our university administrators are student-centered, so they welcome suggestions. Congratulations to all of you, and I wish you much success on your academic journey. Remain focused and continue down your path of excellence. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Janki, for these words of wisdom and sweet words of advice. And like you said, if they continue to work hard, which I'm sure they will certainly reap and taste the sweet fruits of their labor. And I really liked the quotation that you provided. I'm not too sure who it's from, but you said to predict your future, you must create it. And these are very wise words that I'm sure each and every one of us can walk away with this evening. So we now switch over to the current president of the Open Campus Regional Guild body, and that is Mr. Leon Dawson, who serves as part of the guild in Belize. He is currently enrolled as a BSc political science student with a minor in economics, and he started this journey in January of 2018. Mr. Dawson, much like Ms. Janki, is very passionate about students and advocating for their rights and their needs. He has served in several capacities, from chapter chair in 2018 up to present, and he has also served as the Guild Vice President for Administration and Sites from 2019 to 2020. Currently, Mr. Dawson is employed as a Protected Areas Manager, and he is passionate about leading and, like I mentioned, advocating for students. So, to the mic, I call Mr. Dawson.
On behalf of the 2020-2021 Guild Council, I would like to offer my greetings to everyone here tonight, and my congratulations to my fellow St. Lucian Pelicans on this auspicious occasion. A year ago, Ms. Nikisha Janki was working tirelessly on this UWI Open Campus Honor Roll and Dean's List proposal, with Ms. Estava and I by her side. 1 year later, on this signal day, we are elated to be honoring one of our first and largest cohorts of our UWI Open Campus Honor Roll Pelicans. As a student, as a full-time employee, and as a student representative, I know that attaining a GPA of 3.6 and above while enrolling 3 courses is no easy feat. I know that there are days when some of you may struggle to complete unit readings, to study for that online quiz, or to begin that 3,000-word essay. However, what matters most is that you did not give in to weakness. You strived for greatness. You strived for marks higher than average. For some, this is your first time with a GPA of 3.6 and above. For others, this is normal. For both, I say this: continue to strive for that 3.6 and above. Continue to strive for greatness. Continue doing ordinary tasks and assignment in an extraordinary manner. Once you are continuously successful, success becomes you. Anatole France, a French poet, once said, to accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. You must continue believing in yourself, your peers, and your family. What lies before you and what lies behind you is nothing compared to what lies within you. I encourage you all to never stop aiming for greatness, to never stop pushing yourself to attain the highest level of academic excellence. Because if you don't make yourself great, then who will? Take pride in how far you have come and have faith in how far you will go. Congratulations once again from the UA Open Campus Guild of Students.
Thank you very much for these words, Mr. Dawson. And like you said, if you don't make yourself great, no one else will. And again, much like Ms. Janky, these are words of wisdom that we certainly, well, I have been jotting it down. By the end of this ceremony, I think I will have a journal full of quotations that I could use and pass on to my coworkers, my family, and everyone else that I meet on the street or in the supermarket. So thank you very much once again, Mr. Dawson, for these kind and sincere words of wisdom. So we now move on to the highlight of our ceremony, as Dr. Simon called them, our honored, what's the word, Dr. Simon?
Dignitaries.
Our honored dignitaries. I think it was another word. Okay, yes, our honored dignitaries. Thank you very much, Dr. Simon and Chloe, for that. So we move on to our highlights, our students, our 55 students who obtained a grade point average of 3.6 or above. And as was said by many of our previous speakers or presenters, attaining that GPA, we understand, would have been a challenge, especially having to juggle your personal life, your professional life, and everything else in between. But we sit here this evening to congratulate you because we understand and appreciate that you were able to remain focused on your goal so that you can obtain your 3.6 and above average. And we implore you to continue on this journey successfully. So you can sit back, relax, and take a look at my screen that I'm sharing with you. You would have already seen our past president, our immediate past president, Ms. Janky, and Mr. Dawson, our current president. But now we switch over to our 55 students. So you can put a name to the face of your fellow colleagues, your fellow students who were able to obtain that success and who are now enjoying it along with you. I was told that there was a glitch in my presentation, so if you could just hold on for me 1 minute while we rectify that. As you all know, sometimes technology just fails us. But I need to continue my presentation so that the students do not feel left out. So just bear with me 1 second while I share my screen again. Yes, finally I was able to reach the end and everyone's picture and names were shown. So congratulations, a hearty congratulations once again. As you would see, the final slide shows a big and happy congratulations from your family right here at newly open campus St. Lucia. Now, our next speaker is a student much like yourself, and I'm certain that you would have seen his picture under the BSc in Psychology list of students. So I would now like to call to the mic none other than Mr. Damien McGowan as he speaks on what it truly is like to celebrate the success that each of you hold today. Mr. McGowan.
Good evening, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Lovely. Protocol having been established, good evening to everyone. It is a great pleasure, to address everyone this evening as we celebrate the honors roll. First time, it's a pleasure for me being here. I'm going to be very succinct, short and sweet and to the point. As a student, there are challenges. I contemplated for quite a while before taking up this course because I'm a face-to-face visual learner. And having joined the open campus, then I realized I possess so many other qualities, so many other learning skills. That's visual, audio, and so many others. And I now have a grasp of how things are and things can be. However, it is not easy as most of us on this course, we work, we have kids, so we have other responsibilities. Like myself, while everybody currently is at home, guess what? I'm actually at work. I'm at work now, working hard. And I do work with the Parliament of St. Lucia. It is no easy place to work, but guess what? I'm able to manage and juggle my time. I'm able to provide assistance at work and do my courses. I don't just do one course. I do about 3 or 4 courses a semester. And I can tell you it is not easy, especially with my program where sometimes I always peek at the program advising just to see whether there is some slack for me in 100% continuous assessment. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I have to sit face-to-face exams, and that's a challenge for me. But I'll be honest with you, with discipline comes great things. If you're disciplined and you're on, then that should come easy like clockwork. I am somebody who I like to socialize, but again, if you make sacrifices, I'm the one financing my course, not through a loan, but off my pay. So I take it very seriously. So there were certain things that I had to put aside. Socializing, I had to put a few friends on the back burner for now. There was so much that I had to do in order for me to get where I want to be. And I've not gotten there yet because this is the first time that you've launched the honors roll, and I'm looking forward to being there every semester. Mm-hmm. This is my goal, to be there every semester. Mm. And I've had to make a lot of sacrifices, like I said, drop a few people, drop a few things, and I'm able to manage properly because of the discipline that I possess, because I don't just work at the Parliament of St. Lucia. I also had the independence, St. Lucia's independence at my hand for 2 years. And imagine having to do your first semester, January to April, and having to manage the independence of St. Lucia for February. That is a task. And I was able to pull through and I was able to get it done. Sleepless nights, staying up late, getting assistance. If I do an assignment, I have to pass it on to several persons to proofread, you know? So it's not easy. It's a long way. It's a hard work, but I guess, again, with discipline, perseverance, we all will get there. Martin Luther King, I live my life based on a lot of quotes. That's how I live my life, on a lot of quotes. And that gets me through the stumbling blocks every step of the way. And it was Martin Luther King who said to us that, if we can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, do you have to keep moving forward? You must keep moving forward all the time. Stop letting things get us behind or keeping us behind. And I always keep my head on. I don't get distracted easily, and I advise everyone to just keep on moving and keep moving forward. One thing I like when I'm in the learning experience online is that my e-tutors, for my past courses, I've always been the only male in a class. And I like when, they big me up for that, they say it my way, you're the only male on congratulations, and how you do it, I'm calling on everyone. It's not an easy task. They're saying the women are taking over, men need to take charge and get back in the game. So let us all keep our focus, keep our heads on, and let us persevere and move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. McGowan, for speaking to us about the journey, your journey to success. And I'm sure that a number of students, your fellow colleagues, could agree or would agree with you in terms of the many sacrifices that you had to make in order to ensure that you were successful on this journey. And I like also the fact that you said that you plan to be or to obtain the 3.6 GPA every semester. And that sounds like the ideal goal.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single student in this group, in this chat right now, who would disagree with you on that. If anyone disagrees, please raise your hand. There we go. So thank you once again, Mr. McGowan, for sharing with us this evening. We have a lot of advice and positive words going on in the chat, but I will read it aloud. I'll read some of them aloud briefly, well, in a bit, after we hear from Chelsea, Shari, who is the current deputy chair on your local guild. And I'm looking forward to the poem that she's about to present. Chelsea, you can take the mic now.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you quite clearly, in fact.
All right, thank you. First, I'd like to tell everybody who's made the honor roll, congratulations. And we love to see how well you guys have worked. I'll be reading a poem by Jason Tomlinson titled Hard Work. Nothing beats hard work, enthusiasm filled with drive. Such hard work is the key that makes one truly alive. To be able to see what no one else can, and problem solve with an original plan. To restore order where chaos once reigned. To understand what before could never be explained. Will lead to such an ethic of action that no other could understand the attraction. And they might say something like, wow, you worked hard. Your dedication never dropped guard. Just let them think it. But we both know that's not right. It's just not so. Because hard work in its purest state opens up every door and every gate. Does that sound like labor at all? No. Hard work happens in a response to a call from one higher, one better, one who knows. And coming from him, you know how that goes. Days, weeks, and weeks, and months putting sweat on your head. But they only feel like moments instead. Hard work like that leads to change in action. That's the hard work that brings about satisfaction. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, Chelsea. And as I mentioned, she is the deputy chair at of the current student guild right here in St. Lucia. So I urge you to get very acquainted with your executive members, because these are the ones who are representing you as it relates to the position of the guild. So thank you very much for your contribution, Chelsea. I'm sure many of us learned from the poem by Jason Tomlinson. And I really appreciate you taking time out to join us this evening and sharing with us. So like I said, there is a lot of conversation happening in the group chat if you were not able to cast your eye on that side. So just please permit me to read a couple of comments coming from students as well as some staff members. Apart from the highs, the hellos, and the yes, ma'am, we have Diatra Prosper who says, congratulations to all other honorees. Great job, colleagues, and I hope that you will all continue to soar above adversity. Well said, Diatra. We have Mrs. Springer, our programs officer who spoke earlier on, extending congratulations to all our bright sparks. Another new title. Keep it up, keep up the good work. And Gregoria noted that Damien is a fellow public servant, much like herself. So congratulations to you both for your hard work while remaining committed to your employment. Lily is saying, it's a pity that this initiative is only now coming on stream, but it is great because students need the motivation. Yes, Lily, sometimes it may take a while before certain things come into fruition, but like I said, or like a couple of us have said for this evening, we would like to thank Nikisha Janki because it was more or less her brainchild or her open campus baby, her gift to us all. So we appreciate that and we are going to make good use of it because like you have rightfully said, students need to be motivated. And like I responded to you, I'm all in for that. Nara Sentilia has agreed and she said, I am with you. Jasenia said it wasn't easy working full-time and having a family. And Mrs. Michelle extends her congratulations once again, and she says that she admires you all for your hard work. And Nikisha appreciates the poem. And from Mrs. Marlene Francis, who is our administrative officer right here at UWI Open Campus. Many of you may have known her from, I wonder if you would know her in her capacity as administrative assistant before, where she dealt with finance, but she's extending a hearty congratulations to all 55 of you, and she is encouraging you to keep up the good work. So with that said, with me covering up what was discussed in the chat. Oh, Hiram is saying, my nephew, that was an excellent speech and we're very proud of you. And congratulations to everyone on achieving the honor. And I would assume that that is directed to Damien McGowan, as well as the other students, the rest of you here this evening. So to wrap up our session, I now call on our chapter chair, your chapter chair, my chapter chair, who is Miss Chloe Estava. And Miss Estava and myself, well, we worked very closely in order to make this session a reality. And I am truly appreciative of her leadership as the chapter chair time and time again. I think this is her second or third time in this spot. So I urge you, listen up to what your chapter chair has to say and feel free to provide your contact information to her so that she could add you to the guild chat so that you can keep in touch with what's going on right there. So Miss Estava, please take the mic so that you can provide the warm closing remarks to our well-deserving students, our dignitaries.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Sigutani. Dr. Veronica Simon, Acting Deputy Director, Mrs. Leslie Crane Mitchell, Acting Site Head, Mrs. Julampia Polio Springer, Program Officer, Ms. Seguthani Joseph, Outreach and Marketing Officer, Ms. Nikisha Janki, Immediate Past President, Mr. Leon Dawson, Guild President, and to the 55 stars in the room, good evening. I am very proud that Nikisha, Leon, and my hard work has come to fruition. And even more proud that St. Lucia has the largest number of honor roll dignitaries. Tonight, we have recognized a group of students who, through their hard work, have distinguished themselves academically. Great job to everyone. It is great to see students being recognized for their achievements. It gives motivation to keep up the hard work. With that being said, I would love to encourage everyone to keep up the amazing work. Like Nikisha said, continue to burn that midnight oil. You've done it. You could do it again. Challenge yourself. I know it isn't easy, but nothing worth having comes easy. I look forward to staying in touch with everyone, seeing your faces at guild and site events, and hearing about your continued success. Again, congratulations. Continue to make us proud. Continue to make yourselves proud. Good night.
Fantastic. Very well said, Miss Chloe Estava. Lily says again, go St. Lucia, woohoo! Congratulations to everyone. I totally agree with you. For this one, I am really proud that St. Lucia has the highest number. And I know we cannot say it enough that we understand the challenges associated with it, as well as the adjustments that you all have been able to make in order to achieve this success. So a special thank you to everyone who was in attendance for this evening. Mrs. Leslie Crane Mitchell, our acting head. Dr. Veronica Simon, I think she had to run out quickly because she had another engagement. Mrs. Eulampia Polius Springer, our program officer. Nikisha Janki, immediate past president, as well as our current president, Mr. Leon Dawson. Damian McGowan for presenting information on your journey, our journey, the students' journey to success. Chelsea Shalry, the deputy chair, and Miss Chloe Estava. A big thank you to you all for making tonight a success. And without you, the 55 students, there would be no need for us to have this ceremony to begin with. So I urge you to go ahead, take the advice from all of the speakers who will be for me, and just go, remain focused, just remain focused on your journey so that we can see you again next semester when we host again another ceremony to highlight our dignitaries. So with that being said, I bid you a good night and I wish you the best for this semester as well as the coming semester. Mrs. Mitchell, I noticed that your mic is on. Would you like to say some parting words?
No, just hoping that everybody will join me in a rousing round of applause for all of the students.
So everyone open up your mics and...
That's one of the things I miss about not being in the room together physically. Okay, so thank you so much.
Guys, love to see it.
Yes, thank you very much for that, Mrs. Mitchell. It really hypes up the energy. So I guess now everyone can go off to their friends and families in that high spirits and just make the most of your evening, make the most of your future, make the most of your degree and the journey to obtain it. So with that being said, on behalf of the UE Open Campus St. Lucia, as well as the Guild of Students, because Chloe and I worked very closely in order to make this event a success. So thank you to you all for being the reason why we had to host this event to begin with. So I bid you a good night and I wish you the best for this semester and the coming semester. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, colleagues.